Morning, guys. Slade with you today. Best day of the week because it's Saturday for me. Y'all know my spiel on Saturdays. I like Saturdays even though I have to work on Saturday. And I told you before, one day I ain't gonna have to work on Saturdays, but I don't mind Saturdays as much just because it's just different in retail on Saturdays. If you've never worked in retail, then you may not understand. But if you have worked in retail, then you do understand. Saturdays are just different. They hit different. The phone don't ring as much for me on Saturdays. Always, I have different customers on Saturday that I don't have during the week. And we don't get UPS and we don't get FedEx and we don't get shipments and freight trucks and yada, yada, yada. But let me show you what I got going on today with Follow the Fanchers. So y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to this video. This is my little sturdy fan. So yesterday, Slick Trick sent me this. I thought this was really cool. It actually is supposed to stick to the floor. So I don't know. I thought about putting it right here, but I don't know that I want it. Our store's so nice. I may put it in here like in my little range. But first of all, I got tons of bows in and I got lots of strings and cables. So kind of how I sort these out. I got a string for a Creed, a string for a Elite Energy 32, string for a Z7, and a string for a Triax. So obviously I'm doing string and cables. So there's the Creed. Let's see what this is. That's a Triax cable. Should be a couple of those. Where's my other Triax cable? There. Elite Energy 32. There. Elite Energy 32. There. And then the Z7 there. So I will try to take y'all along as I work on these bows today. I'll probably go ahead and knock out Kane's bow. He's got a Z7 and a Triax. I'll probably go ahead and knock out both of those this morning. The single cam bows are kind of my go-to. They are normally the easiest. The Elite 32, I've worked on lots of those. That won't be no big deal. And then I think this is going to be the Creed. So I also had to put a sight, rest, and a quiver on this bow for this guy. So why don't y'all come along and we will work on a few bows today with Follow the Fanchers. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do first, this is a good buddy of mine. He's got a Z7 and he's got I think it's a Triax. He bought the Triax from me and he bought the Z7 from me. So what he's gonna do, he's gonna pass this bow down to his son, okay? It obviously needs new strings and cables. Never had strings and cables on it, so we're gonna do that. Look how that build up and that shiny on that cable. And then his Triax same way. It don't really look terrible, but this bow, I think the Triax is like what is it, 5 years old, 6 years old? So it's time. Every 2 years we need to put them on there. And then we need to get this gargantuan IQ bow sight off of here. I sold these sights. They may have had a 3-pin. I know they had a 5-pin and a 7-pin version of it. And what this big block is on it, it is a range finder. But I'm gonna be honest, for whatever reason, not knocking the sights, not knocking the company. I love Fairdyne, and Fairdyne owns IQ. They own Block. They own Rays. They own Nocturnal. They own Carbon Express, so they have some great companies, but this whole idea, I don't know, it just didn't work real well. It had a cord that come out of here and went down to a pressure switch, and then the yardage showed up in that little bitty screen right there. Your actual laser that you helped set it up with was there, but anyway, big, bulky, heavy. If you watch how I hold the bow here, I mean, so heavy and offset. So we're gonna put him a new sight on there, something that is a little bit more user friendly, something he don't have to worry about electronically either. So let's get these two knocked out. All right, so real quick before I put y'all up here on a time lapse. So I don't know if we've talked about loop stuff any, but if you look at his loop, okay, you see how eat up and tore up his loop is. Now, he's probably been shooting it. I mean, this is the same string and cable that come on it, so this loop's probably 10 years old. I get that, okay? But I do see guys, and that's what prompted me to talk to y'all about this. I do see loops that I may set a bow up last week and they come in here and their loops look like this, okay? If your loop looks like that, it is not normal, okay? I have my old Triax over here before I'm gonna get ready and set my V3X up. If you look at my loop, and I've had this loop on here, I've shot this bow a ton, okay? Now, it's kind of discolored from my release, but my loop don't have any burrs or anything like that on it. Let's go back here and see his loop. Pretty clean. Lord, that's gonna be, y'all wait till y'all hear me talk about this thing. But your loop should not be eaten up like that at all, okay? Loop here on this Triax looks pretty good. Normally, if this is going on, then somewhere in your release, you have a pretty bad burr. Either you've nicked it with a rock, something has put a burr on that release. So if this is going on, you need to come see me. You need to go to your local bow shop. You need to get you another release. Sometimes you can take a Q-tip and rub it around the inside of that release, find out where that burr is, get you a file, kind of slick it up a little bit, because this is not good. That will break, and that's not good. So anyway, I'm gonna get y'all set up here. I'm gonna do some measuring, make sure I get his peep sight and all back where it needs to be, and we'll get these strings and cables on here.
I just don't need to.
All right, I got all this. I got the new strings and cables. I was gonna do a little time lapse, but I didn't. I got the strings and cables on, and I mean, it is dead perfect in the middle. This one is a touch high, so I'll probably work on it. And then I got the strings and cables on the Z7 as well. And I think what I'm gonna do, he wanted a 5-pin sight. I love this new Redline RL3, so I'll get this out of the box here, and we'll do a little review on this RL3. Golly, guys, I have just been slam busy. I mean, I just so much I hadn't done. I got both of those other bows done, and the customer came and picked them up. And I mean, that was like, I got here, when I started this video, it was like 7:30 whenever I got here this morning, and I think I was showing y'all that bow about 8:30, and then it is now 2:45, and I am just now getting back to my phone. So I got a little time. I got a guy that's about to come buy this this used Matthews Verdict right here for $800. That was a heck of a deal on a bow, but I was going to show y'all this. So guy come in and said, hey, I think I might need a string and cable. I'm like, hey, I think you might too. So it's funny, lots of stuff going on with this bow. My opinion, these things here do not work. They just don't. They're, what little bit of vibration are in these limbs, I don't think these help. I do know for a fact, especially ones like this that are so tight, so they make these limbs spread out more than they need to, and can cause issues with how the bow tunes. And it's been 7 or 8 years since I have seen one of these. Just no. I asked the guy, I said, hey, do I have to put the metal knock loop back on there? He said, oh no, man, I don't even. The guy, the last bow shop, that's where I got it. So he bought this bow somewhere, and apparently the bow shop was using this, and I, for the life of me, cannot understand. I mean, because look, there's no rotating this loop. I mean, once you put that dude on there, you tighten those screws down, it is it is there. But I mean, look at this string here. I'm telling you, it is almost into where it goes to the roller guard. So I cannot stress to y'all enough, don't let your bow get like this. There's no reason for you to let your bow get in this kind of shape. So one more thing before I mean, and like I said, I hate to just keep harping on this bow, but I mean, I'm telling you, this guy has been shooting this bow, okay? He came in here and been shooting this bow. Another thing, his peep sight, there's no way that peep sight was rotating correctly. There was something up here around this cable too that, oh yeah, right there. I mean, this is just almost broken too. And I'm gonna tell you, bad things happen whenever places like that break. So I don't know, it's just not good. Not good. All right, so I'm gonna try to clean this up again, and I've said this maybe in a video last week. Y'all can go back and watch. You do not want to put new strings and cables on something that looks like that. You know, and again, I'm not knocking people and what they do, but I just don't know why you would let everything get in such bad sight. I mean, his sight literally is about to fall off. Now that you can kind of see, I got it out of that rotor guard there. I mean, the serving is obviously completely into, and the string is all but into there. So I don't know, guys. Man, this bow was probably I mean, new. He's got $1,400 in it, so it's his money. But I just don't know why you wouldn't take better care of it. You know, the Lord entrusts us with things, and it's hard to give plenty. It's hard to give plenty when you won't take care of little. All right, so don't that look a whole lot better right there? I got that bow and cam and all cleaned up. I really had to work on it here between his cable guard there. Anyway, I got it where it looks a whole lot better. String and cables look a lot better. Cleaned it up. Loop looks better, not the metal one. String and cable better. So he's gonna be lots better off. This is broke, so when he gets here, I'll try to get him a new one. But man, I can't let me get this hung up here. I can't. I might need a ladder. I can't stress enough how man, you gotta. I mean, bows are the life of them, string and cables. So you really gotta take care of them. I'm gonna turn y'all around, show y'all something here. I have just a rack full of bows today. I got one more to do right here on this Elite, and so far today I've taken two more. I got this Verdix. It's in pretty good shape. It needs a tune-up. I think strings and cables are okay. I'm gonna look at it. And then this guy here, I had a used VXR, and it was just the bow and the rest. So he picked out a tight spot quiver and a sight. We're gonna get put on that, but probably won't be today. We'll do that one day next week. So with this Elite, this will be a pretty good teaching moment. If you look at this, and I think I've talked about this before. So you have a stop there and a stop there, and that adjusts the let off. Those roll over, hit the limb, okay? You have to take those off to get them in this press, all right? It won't go in that press without taking those off. So what can happen is, if you forget to put them back in, and it's fairly easy to do on a busy day like today, put them back in there, and when you draw that bow, when I get ready to shoot it and paper tune it, and those cams roll over, then they lock up. Then you got a mess. Strings go slack, and it's not good. So let me show y'all what I'm about to do, because I don't think y'all have seen this press. So I have my old Triax there. I'm gonna lay it over here. And I have my new V3X that I'm gonna set up next week and do a little setup with you guys on it. And I'm gonna use this easy press. And I'm gonna use this just because I don't wanna fool with taking those stops out. So let me show you how this press works. All right, so on the Matthews, if I had a Matthews bow in here, especially the old ones, then I would just put these through the harmonic dampener holes. On some bow companies, these will not go in the riser here. So I would have to put those at the furthermost point of the limbs here and here. But this works really good. And I have those, so these slide up and down. These arms slide up and down here. And I like to leave me room because if you get them too close, then your cams won't roll over. So watch this. Watch how easy this presses this bow. Watch that sling, that string. So just that easy. It's pressed, okay? Again, if I have those too close, then that cam won't rotate. So these strings really, they're in pretty dang good shape. So I'm gonna measure his peep, get his that's a aftermarket Teflon cable slide there. It's a little bit different. Again, I talked last week, something you really have to watch, especially with these, right in there, you can get a groove where that cable wears in there. This one looks pretty good. I don't see anything there, but I always check that there. So let's get them swapped out real quick. All right, so I got the strings and cables put back on this Elite. Got his I really didn't like where this limb driven rest was sitting, so I had to do some adjusting there. The first time I shot it, I got a big right tear. Again, right tear there. Started getting a little better here, and then the last two shots were here and here. That one right there, I mean, that's just about money. So I got that one where I want it. I can call him, and he's gonna be able to come pick this dude, come pick it up, be ready to go. All right, so I'm gonna see how my paper rack works. I don't know if I've showed y'all how my paper rack works, but one day I'll do a little video on that. I'm trying to get things cleaned up. It has been a day. I sold, see, that was my third bow. I was going to video a little bit of the bow sales. One was a used bow, and then I sold a 29-inch axle to axle V3X, and then I just sold the 33-inch axle to axle V3X. Was gonna video, but a couple of guys, they wasn't, well, one of them was a brand new archer, and the other two, they just, you know, you can kind of tell the guys that you can, the guys that can't, the guys that are not nervous, or the guys that have shot a bunch and this, that, and other. But anyway, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Take care of your archery equipment. If you can't, take it to somebody that knows how. So appreciate y'all following the Fanchers. God bless. Jesus saves. Y'all have a good one. I'm about wore out. I'm wore out.